They don't know the scientific factors of childbirth, but they think that they can define it and argue on it. The fact is, there is a difference between a fetus and a baby. Case closed.
You know, like my opinion is that worry about the people that are actually here right now. Yeah. You know, don't worry about the people that aren't even born yet.
And they're saying 60,000. It's like, you know, I mean, okay, maybe I was a little low, but I'm willing to bet, especially in Kansas, he wasn't doing 15 abortions a day. He wasn't.
Dr. Tiller had kids of his own.
Yeah.
And he was somebody's kid. It's like, you don't kill an already existing person for performing a procedure on somebody with consent.
You know, they'd go in and get it done, and then by the time they were on their way out, they were like, oh, by the way, you're still going to hell even though you did this for me. It's like, fucker, can you be even any more of a hypocrite? I mean, it's just, it blows my mind the way that these people try to justify this stuff.
That he and Roeder had met once in the late 1990s, and that Roeder at the time had authored contributions to Leach's publication. Leach published the Army of God Manual, which advocates the killing of the providers of abortion and contains bomb-making instructions.
Or that there really isn't much of a difference between a Muslim extremist toting an AK-47 and the Christian fundamentalists here in the United States. The only difference is that here in the United States they got more reason not to pick up a gun because they're comfortable.
Roeder's former roommate of 2 years, Eddie Ebacher, who met Roeder through Freeman movement in the 1990s, told a reporter after Tiller's murder that he and Roeder considered themselves members of the Army of God. Ebacher and Roeder was obsessed with Tiller and discussed killing him.
Hey, I just wanted to challenge you real quick, right? You're talking about the Empire game. What other game is there? That's the million-dollar question. What else is there?
I think it's very easy to sit there and say, okay, well, we'll do this and this and this, and you know, it's easy to sit there and say that before he's actually got the job. But you know, when they actually hand him the big book of shit he's got to deal with once he gets in office, yeah, he's going to change his priorities and he's going to change stuff the way that he wants to do things.
My biggest beef with him is the FISA law. The stuff about Iraq, the stuff about Afghanistan, I may not like it, but I kind of understand why it's going the way it is. My biggest beef with him is the FISA law. He could easily turn that around, and he's not.
I don't necessarily think that he's going back on his word. I just think that, you know, he's looking at it from a, you know, he's taking in, you know, the full scope of what he's got to deal with and, you know, what he wants to do.
You know, he wanted to do this and that and the other and fix this and that. And it's like, you know, he had to say all that shit.
Yeah.
He had to get the votes.
Yeah.
And that's what politicians do. You know, all politicians lie. Whether you like who's in office or not, they all lie. Some lie more than others, as we've seen.
Yeah.
Basically, he would go into different countries and basically bribe, blackmail, etc.
Yeah,
with the assistance of the CIA to either make the leaders agree and allow U.S. businesses or bribe them or kill them.
A leader that is constantly fucking with the people isn't worthy of being in charge. So something like a war on drugs or war on terror where there's constant, warfare and suppression of rights and the suppression of the people, they consider to be a rather mediocre ruler or worse, an evil ruler. Like they would say that this is somebody who doesn't belong in charge. I wasn't really too surprised that he was 88 because, consider. People keep thinking that racism is over. A lot of the motherfuckers from the 60s and the 50s are still alive.
Yeah.
And he's one of them. So hopefully that will put some shit into perspective for people.
It's a stereotype that all Southern people are, racist and all that kind of stuff. And it's not true.
You got like a white dude growing up in society, and because of the shit of ancestors that he doesn't even fucking know because of what they did, now he's being, oh, you're a white guy, fucking bastard. Like, he's like, what the hell? I just got here.
A lot of these people you see now that are pissed off at the government, they're just pissed off that Obama's president. I'm convinced they won't come out and say it, but it's underlying racism.
A lot of it is they would rather have a stupid white guy as a president than a very intelligent black guy.
Yeah.
Who the fuck cares what color his skin is? Why can't we just fucking forget it?
I know. There's no right answer. The world's just fucked. Fuck them all.
Oh, I love our Chinese overlords.